Good morning, students. Welcome back to Human Resource Management class. In today's class, let's begin our second chapter, that is Human Resource Planning. Okay, Human Resource Planning is also called as personnel planning as well as your manpower planning. We'll start our today's class with the meaning of human resource planning. So HR planning is a set of activities designed to make availability of right number of people with right qualification in order to realize the goals of the organization with interest of individual. So when we speak about planning, planning is not done for present but planning is done for future. Okay, so HR planning is nothing but forecasting the future needs of personnel or manpower in a particular organization. Okay, so it is designed to make availability of right number of people with right qualification. So here selecting right number of people is very important. Okay, suppose as a HR manager, if there are 20 vacancies in a particular organization, and if the HR manager is going to select 21 people, okay, at that time it is a loss to the organization, because whatever the one employee who has been selected, okay, selected extra employee, so he has to be paid with salary or wages. Okay, at that time it is the extra burden, extra cost to the organization. Therefore it is very necessary to select right number of people. Suppose take the case, suppose if there are 20 employees and the HR manager has selected only 19 of them. Okay, so one person, there is a shortage of one person or one human resource in that particular organization. At that time that particular work whatever is pending, okay, it will be pending itself. That's why it is really very important to select right number of people with right qualification. This is another important point, that is right qualification. So why is right qualification necessary? Because only the people with right qualification can do that particular activity accordingly. Okay, say suppose if there is a vacancy of a accountant in a particular organization, at that time it should be filled by accountant, that is the person or the employee or the candidate with accounting background only. Okay, say for example in a college there is a vacancy for commerce. Okay, at that time the candidates, whoever are applying for the job, they should be from commerce background only. Okay, they should not be of MSc and all. Suppose if they want to teach accountancy, at that time they should have the background of accountancy, that is they should pursue MCom or MBA. Okay, they should not be of MSc background or MA background. Okay, because they cannot teach it properly. So it is very necessary to select the people with right qualification in order to realize the goals of the organization. So whatever activities are done in a particular organization, okay, so let it be any department, or every department's main purpose is to achieve the organization goals and not personal goals. Okay, so here to realize the goals of organization with interest of with interest of individuals. Okay, so here even the individual goals are to be achieved and even the organizational goals are also to be achieved. Okay, so the main purpose, the center will be achieving your organization goals. In other words, it is systematic approach to ensure that right people will be in the right place at right time. So it's very necessary that you are selecting right people at right place at right time. Okay, so the employees, okay, whatever the vacancies are there in the organization, it is really very necessary that they should be filled at the right time. Okay, normally as I have told you, HRP is done for future. Okay, suppose say TCS, okay, TCS and all, they will give the statement that maybe in the year 2000, in the upcoming years, okay, they will be requiring 2000 employees. Okay, so that is what forecasting of manpower for future they are predicting now itself. Maybe in the year 2021 there will be 800 vacancies in that particular company, so they will forecast it well in advance. Okay, that is they will decide how to fill those vacancies, how to go for recruitment, whether external source, internal source, which colleges they have to go, that is campus recruitment. Okay, or whether they have to go for telephone whether they have to go for casual callers. Okay, so they will decide it well in advance. Okay, so that is what human resource planning. So then let's move on to the characteristics or features of HRP. So it is a continuous process. Human resource planning is a continuous process. Why it is continuous? Because we don't know when the employees will leave the organization. Suppose if today somebody leaves the organization, then we cannot leave that place vacant for a longer period of time. We have to decide well in advance how it is to be filled, okay, from which source we are going to fill those vacancies. So therefore it's a continuous process, okay. No employee will stay in a particular organization for a longer period of time, okay, unless and until it's permanent, okay. Suppose if they are temporary, then there are high chances that they will change the companies from year to year or from a period of time, okay. That's why HRP planning is continuous in an organization. They should keep on planning, okay. Suppose next year these many vacancies are being created, how we are going to recruit, okay. Suppose if there is a diversified, if the company is going for diversification, at that time there is requirement of manpower. If they are going to start a new business, how many people are required, okay, from what background they are to be there, okay. So then on what basis we are going to select, whether they should be experienced. So each and everything is to be decided well in advance, okay. So that's why HRP is a continuous process. Then it is used to create balance between demand and supply of HR, okay. As I've told you in the earlier classes also, demand for HR, okay, who is going to demand for HR? That is the organization, okay. Whenever the vacancies are created in the organization, at that time there is a demand for human resource, okay. And who is going to supply this HR? It is the colleges, okay, or it might be employment exchanges, it might be some other forms of recruitment, okay. So by correct human resource planning, there will be a balance between the demand and supply. Always the demand should be equal to supply. That is, suppose if there are 20 vacancies, it should be filled by 20 people. Generally supply will be more, okay. The number of people who are aspiring to work will be greater than the number of people required, okay. So through HR planning, it is possible to create a balance between the demand and supply of human resource in a particular organization. Then it provides a base for recruitment and selection process. So planning acts as a base, okay. It is the foundation for recruitment and selection. So first you will have to decide how many people are required, okay. After that you are going for recruitment and selection. So your planning is a base, that is it is a foundation for the other activities, that is recruitment and selection activities. As we know, in recruitment we are going to select higher number of people, okay. So we are going to create a pool of people who are tending to work, okay. Whereas selection, it is a negative process, okay. In selection, what we are going to do, we are going to match our demand with the supply, okay. Suppose if there are 100 vacancies in a company, at that time in recruitment there will be a lot of people, say 1000 people, but in selection we are going to select 100 people only, that is as per the requirement of the organization. Then it provides right employees at right time, at right place, and at right cost to an organization, okay. So HRP provides right people, okay, at the right time, at right cost. Right cost is nothing but what is the cost that is to be paid to the employees? It is the salary, okay. So the organization or the HR department has to hire in such a way that even the people or even the candidates we are going to choose will be happy with their whatever compensation plan, and even the organization is satisfactory, and even the work is been achieved, okay. So whatever work is been done by the people or the employees, it should satisfy the organization, as well as whatever the salary is been paid, it should satisfy the employees also, okay. So at right cost, so deciding how much is to be paid, whether we are going to pay salary, wages, bonus, okay, so extra incentives, whatever we are going to pay, so HRP acts as a base for that also. Then it requires quantitative methods of forecasting. So human resource planning forecasting is many forecasting techniques are there, okay. So it requires quantitative, that is how many people are required, that is to be forecasted in your HRP, okay. These forecasting techniques we'll study later on. Then it coordinates individual goals with organizational goals, okay. So whatever the personal goals of the employees are there, those will be integrated with the organization goals, okay. As I have told you, the prime motive of each and every organization each and every department is to achieve the organizational goals. So through HRP the individual goals are integrated with the organizational goals. Then it identifies and fulfills the surplus and shortage gap. Okay, that is, it identifies how many people are required, whether more people are required or less people are required. So whatever the gap is there, okay, whether the surplus or the shortage, it is been filled. Suppose if there are less number of people and if there is requirement of more employees, at that time HRP fulfills that gap. Okay, that is by selecting the right person at right place at right time at right cost, the gap will be filled by the human resource planning. Then the next one, it provides advantage to both employees and organization. So HRP is advantageous to both the organization and employees. Okay, so how it is helpful for the organization? As an organization, the organization requires manpower to carry out the day-to-day business activities. Okay, by selecting the right and competent employees, it will be easy for the organization to achieve the goals. Okay, so that is the benefit for the organization. And how does it help the employees? By selecting the employees, they will get the right package. Okay, they will get the satisfying salary. So it is advantageous. HRP is advantageous to both to the organization and to the employees. Okay, that is, suppose if there is a post of accountant, okay, at that time what they have to do, they will select the right, they will give the prescribed qualification. Who the ones who are having the required qualification, only they can employ, they can apply for that particular post. Okay, and the organization in turn will get the competitive, okay, that is the competent employee for that particular position. So that's it for the day. Thank you. Have a nice day.